twist, every turn we dissecting it live. The round table ready, watch the energy rise. VACAY-JAYTV, yeah, we setting the pace. No filters, no skips when we up in the space.
Hold on, wait a minute, lock the doors, track the track. Tell them pay attention, cause
Ruthless is back.
Yeah, Ruthless is back.
Oh yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J back with another video. And yes, this is episode 3, the recap for Tyler Perry's Ruthless AgronKnights. And yes, family, we're gonna get into this one right here. We got a new introduction to a whole new squad. So let's get started. But before we get started, make sure you check out all my episode recaps so you get caught up on everything so you don't miss anything. So let's get into it, fam. Let's talk about episode 3, season 6, called AgronKnights. So the name of the episode is the AgronKnights, and the description reads, Obadiah takes matters in his own hands to protect the Raku compound. River's determined to save a badly injured Peter, and Ruth takes a drastic step to prove her loyalty. Oh yeah, so where did we leave off? We left off where Obadiah was putting his hands around Ruth's neck, talking about, yeah, nothing's gonna save you from the wrath. And she says, oh, I'm sorry, and he lets her go. And she's like, I was a little rash, you know, I kind of get a little, you know, rash about when people talk about the death of Ruby. And he's like, yeah, you know, he's definitely clouded, talking about the highest, right? He's clouded by you, Ruth, and you're a scourge to the Raku. And she says, I think the same thing about you, right? At least we got something in common. She walks away and she goes to the side of the trailer, and she, again, is very upset because of what he said, because him putting hands on her and all of that. Like, she's still mourning the death of her girl, Callie, man. And so are we. So back at the sheriff's office, we have Cal, and he's still trying to interrogate Teresa. Of course, she's not giving him anything. And he's like, you know, why don't you help us out? You know, what's going on? And we're starting to find out what he did with that letter opener. But she's like, there's no way that you're going to win. Evil's going to win. He's like, yo, we're trying to be on the good side. You know, Desiree has a plan. He's like, oh, yeah, really, really. You know, how's that plan working out? And she's really doubting it all. She's like, listen, either you pay me or you unalive me at this point. And he's like, well, you know, tell me about, you know, what's going on with the ladies. He's like, yeah, the ladies are getting graped. Still, it's going to go on until you stop this thing. Well, we got this plan. So, you know, Teresa's really telling him, like, listen, there's no hope for this thing. And Cal is the other side, like, nah, we're going to make things happen. You know, she has a plan and we're going to make things happen, but I need a little bit more information. Like, tell me more about the ladies. And she's like, nah, you didn't pay me yet. You know, when you pay me, that's when you'll get information. But again, she's hopeless when it comes down to this. She's like, you know what? Maybe it's not even you that's supposed to take down the Raku. Maybe it's something else. It's a different level. It's a higher power that's going on where maybe it's not you to take them down. But we'll see what happens with these two. So now we have Elda Madamava and your girl Zane in there in the kitchen cooking. And here comes Ruth, like, what is going on here with the food? Ruth, what y'all doing here? Well, I'm here, you know, because I'm here to get the food. I thought you were pleasuring the highest. Yeah, we're done and we're hungry. You know, she's like, well, I made the food and, you know, it may taste a little bit different because, you know, I couldn't find a lot of salt. And she's like, okay, well, yeah, you just taste it and, you know, just enjoy it the best way. She's like, yeah, okay, just give me the food, right? And you know how they go back and forth, and she finally like, okay, here's your plate. She's like, thank you. And then here we go with Elda Maramava. She like, you know, I swear, man, I think she did something with the punch. She's like, no, it was a Raku miracle, you know? No, I think something, she messed around with something. She's like, I don't know. Well, I need you to find out. She's like, I don't want to do it. She's like, if you don't, then they're gonna think that you're involved. She's like, okay, I'll do it, right? So now here we are, they're looking up for the dead bodies, and your man River comes across somebody that looks familiar, and he's all groaning or whatever. And he looks at him, and we find out that this is Peter. He's like, oh my God, Peter's still alive, right? So he's like, yo, I gotta go and tell the highest that Peter's still alive. He's like, whoa, man, what are you talking about, man? Like, this guy got popped in the head. There's nothing you could do. He's like, no, I gotta try. I gotta go try Peter is still alive. All right. So here we are, family. We got your man, the highest, the lowest, and Ruth, and they are eating. And it's like, they're talking about the food. And it's like, the food is not that good, you know? Yeah, it's lacking a little bit of salt. And it's like, maybe elder mother is losing her touch, is what Ruth is saying. It's like, yeah, but, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being loyal to me. And she's like, I love you and I'll do anything for you. So, you know, she's going on and on playing her role because, you know, she has to do that in order to keep and stay close to the highest so she can take him out when she needs to, right? So it's like, yeah, me and the baby, we're going to be here for you. Meanwhile, River runs up on Obadiah. Obadiah smacks him down. He's like, why'd you do that? He said, I see a traitor when I know one. I know a traitor. He's like, listen, I need to see the highest because I want to tell him that Peter's alive. He's like, yeah. Remember, Obadiah said that River took out Peter, right? But I guess it was a lie, right? Because he's alive. So he's like, listen, you go get him, go take him to the infirmary and all of this and that, all right? You go do what you got to do. I'll tell the highest. He's like, all right, get going. Giddy up. So Obadiah goes in and talks to the highest, like, you're interrupting me again. Yes, your highest. I have something to tell you. Well, you know, there's always bad news. It's like, no, Peter is alive. Okay, well, take him to the infirmary and give me an update. Whatever. He's like, listen, I got something to show you. And they both get up and he's like, well, I don't think Ruth is good for it. He's like, no, Ruth is good for it. She's holding my seed. She's good. Let's go. So back to the kitchen and we see Zane and they're fixing some stuff up. She's like, you know what? I just got a feeling that somebody's been tampering with something. She's like, you better find out what's going on, right? With Ruth, because I think she did something, right? And then here comes River running into the kitchen because he has to go get elder mother to take Peter to the infirmary. Well, Peter's alive. And she's like, really? Peter's alive? What a Raku miracle. Another Raku miracle. It's like, yeah, we got to get him. He's, you know, he's pretty bad and we got to take him to the infirmary and get him better. She's like, okay, you do what you got to do and clean up, right? And then, you know, she leaves, right? Elder mother leaves to go to the infirmary and then she's waiting for River, right? She's like, yeah, Zane, clean up, do what you need to do, right? And you see her facial expression. She's like, my God, I can't believe it. I love talking about elder mother Marvel. You guys know that. So she leaves and then your boy River's like, look, man, he's alive. I'm scared. I need to stay by his side because he may rat on me and tell them that I tried to escape, right? So here comes Obadiah, Ruth, and the highest, and he has the men there. You know, got Andrew, got Manny. He's like, yeah, you know, Obadiah said we got to be ready for anything. So they walk up on him. It's like, yeah, we got 15 of our good men. This is the only 15 men we got left as far as soldiers. He's like, well, they can't protect us all, right? So they take off their clothes and they take off their shirts. Like, yeah, they said we need to be ready for anything. He's like, yeah, we got 15 good soldiers. Like, yeah, you know, they're loyal. You know, they're here with us. And he's like, yeah, but they are not the only ones that could protect. And then here comes Obadiah with his new goons called the Aggronites. And they got the pushaisties on. They are ready for battle. He's like, how are you doing this? I didn't permit this. You didn't run this by me. And they're looking at like, yo, who the hell are these crazy big mother effers? And he's like, how did you do this without my permission? He's like, listen, I'm trying to do everything that's good for the Raku. He said, trust me, I'm telling you on this. And these guys are standing there. They look a little scared. And they're like, yo, we going to fight. I think we're going to get into a fight or something, you know? So he's like, these are my men. And I'm telling you right now. And of course, Ruth got a problem with it. Like, what is going on? I don't think we need this. And the highest is like, listen, let's not question this. Let's move forward with this. But they are about to get into it, right? So now here we are. Peter's in the infirmary with Elder Madamava and River. And he's knocked out. And he's like, yo, I just found him like this. He wakes up and Peter doesn't remember anything. Of course, River's worried because Peter may remember and then say, hey, River tried to take me out. I'm alive. You remember that? And she's just like, oh, my God, the Raku miracles are happening again. So here we are back to the battle that's about to go down. And we see that your boy Obadiah got some horseshoes. He throws it on the ground, tells them to pick it up because it's going to be the Aggronites against the Raku soldiers. And whoever is going to, you know, be alive after this, right? They're going to beat each other up, right? They're going to beat each other up. Whoever is the survivor, whoever wins is going to become an Aggronite. Yeah, Obadiah's Agronite. So they get into a battle. They brawl, they fight, they do this, that, and the third. you know, and of course he's like, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a battle. They are got the horseshoes ready. I mean, imagine getting hit with a horseshoe, but they are going in, fighting each other, blah, knocking each other out. It's going down. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Just all out brawl. You know, the Aggronites are going down, and most of the 15, you know, Raku soldiers are going down too. But there you go. There's your boy Scumbag Manny, and he's beating this dude down. Of course, Obadiah, he is very pleased watching all of this and that. It's like, yes, the survivors, they will become Aggronites, right? So when it comes down to it, the last couple of men that's actually standing is Scumbag Manny and, of course, Andrew, because they can fight, and a few others, one other guy. So I can't believe, I mean, I could believe it, man. Manny's always been strong, but I guess he got all the strength back. He's like, welcome to be an Agronite. He's like, thank you, your highest, right? So he's an Agronite. So now we got Desiree and we got Cal, and they're like, look, I figured it out. They got a water tower. We just got the call. We can cut off the electricity and all this and that. He's like, yeah, we need to talk to somebody that was on the inside, because we got to get somebody to shut down this water tower, because there's a water tower where this, you know, where the water goes through, and the highest has his own bathroom, and, you know, they use the outdoor stuff to, you know, go to the bathroom. So they're talking to, you know, Teresa, and they're talking to your boy George, and it's like, yeah, this is this and this is that. Okay, we're going to need one of y'all to go inside and shut down that water pump that's in there, right? Once you shut it down, then we'll cut everything off, and then you should be good. And they don't want to do it. They're barely giving information up. They don't want to do it. But of course, Teresa's like, I'll do it for you, Desiree. She's still flirting. Meanwhile, your boy, Sheriff Conley, is snoring his ass off, right? And they're like, all right, George, we going to need you to go up in there and do what you got to do, you know? So they may send George, and then they may send, you know, Teresa to go up in there. Your man snoring. Oh my God, he's cutting wood. So here we are, and we got the Aggronites and Andrew, and they're just standing there going through the ceremony, right? They're just like, you know, blessed is the Raku. Meanwhile, Ruth is watching this and seeing Andrew there. She's like, Andrew, get over here. Come over here, right? She's like, look, don't do the next trial, because, you know, I'm going to be doing the one after that. So just stay on the side, stay to the right. I'm going to be doing the one after that, all right? So just stay to the side. So Andrew needs to stay to the side because she's about to be conducting that trial. Meanwhile, your boy River is scared. He's running out of his mind. He's trying to find something, trying to find those accounts. He can't find nothing. I didn't even see Joan in this episode at all, by the way. All right. So here she is. She's doing the trial. And what is she doing? She got these guys lined up, and they're standing there, and she's pulling the strap out on them. She looks at them, closes her eyes, and then she just pops off one by one, knocking these guys down. So she remembered exactly where Andrew was and spared his life. So Andrew is still alive. That's why she wanted him to wait and not do the other trial, because he would have been taken out. Meanwhile, Manny takes Ruth back to, you know, the trail, and she's like, I just need a moment. She is now going through PTS from popping off at these dudes. I mean, she really laid them out. So she is upset. She is just distraught about the whole thing. And we got now the Aggronites bringing River to the highest. She's like, look, I had a daikon, and you were daikon, and you betrayed me. He calls Ruth over, and he's like, look, I want you to go ahead, take this garment and burn it. Go ahead and burn it. So he throw it into the fire. It burns. And he's like, Ruth, what do you want us to do next? Right? And Obadiah's like, nah, the Aggronites only should answer to me and you. It's like, no, she is part of me, so I want her to tell what to do next. So she steps up, and she tells the Aggronites to beat River, man. And they go to town on River and beat him down. Will he survive? We shall see in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. So this was episode 3. AgronKnights is the name. We got new Raku goons. Ruth is popping off. What's going to happen next? Family, look out for the Ruthless Roundtable, as we're going to have a live discussion on episode 3. Family, I'll see you in the next video. What will happen next? We shall see in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless.